Man, Venom. Wow, it is here. What a good movie. I loved it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, I'm still on this like hype train from Venom. I just got done seeing it and I loved this movie. And like straight up, I might have to make a spoiler review, a video for this movie because it's so good. I loved it so much. I have been following this movie since like its inception because I was really curious about this whole thing, and I watched all the behind the scenes, TV spots, trailers, interviews, you name it, everything that came out about this movie. I saw it or read it or whatever. So, I was really looking forward to this. And then I saw the reviews come out. And I was like, shoot. Like, really? This movie's getting just dragged through the mud? Like, what if it's not as good as I thought it would be? And people were comparing it to, like, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, which I really didn't mind, by the way. And then, people were also comparing it to, like, Halle Berry's Catwoman, which, I never saw, so I can't say anything about that movie. But no, Venom, I loved it, and I'm so glad I did because, for months, I've been drinking this Kool-Aid. I've literally been drinking the Kool-Aid for the film. This is Venom-themed Brisk, and it's not that bad, actually. It tastes a lot like cherry Dr. Pepper. So yeah, you should definitely drink this before it goes out of stores, and it's good stuff, and you should see Venom. So yeah, I have just been drinking everything about this movie, both metaphorically and literally. That's some pretty good stuff. But also, I would like to give a quick shout out to a local store. If you don't know, I'm based out of North Dakota in the Grand Forks area, and there's a store in my local theater called the River Cinema 15. The store is called Hollywood Heroes, and they hooked me up with some pretty cool Venom swag. They gave me this Venom puzzle. It's some pretty cool stuff. I might keep it, might do a little giveaway, might even give it to like one of my friends, who likes to collect this stuff, or give it to a little kid who enjoys this stuff. But no, they hooked me up with some pretty cool swag for Venom. Really appreciate them. They are great people, and this is a great store filled with lots of great superhero swag, anywhere from blankets to shirts to comic books to toys to collectibles to one-of-a-kind objects. I mean, they have stuff signed by Stan Lee. These are collectibles you cannot get anywhere else. I mean, they go for like $300, $400, $500. Like they have lots of cool stuff. So if you are watching this show in the North Dakota Grand Forks area, definitely stop by River Cinema and go into the Hollywood Hero store because it is a cool place and you should check it out. Anyway, speaking of Hollywood Heroes and all that stuff, I love this movie so much that when I stop by there to talk to the people and stuff and just talk about movies, I bought a Venom pop. I've been looking for these bad boys for forever. I couldn't find them. I saw pictures online about people that got these things, and I couldn't find them in stores. So whether or not they were sold out or they did not get their shipments, I could not find them anywhere. And I'm not a huge pop collector guy. My sister loves to collect these bad boys, and I have a few. I have some Star Wars ones. I have some Halo ones. Stuff I love. But I love Venom, so when I saw this bad boy, I was like, I gotta get it because I couldn't find it anywhere else. So yeah, I got this little guy, and that'll go on my desk back when I get to my college and all that. But no, okay. So Venom, we're gonna talk about this movie. Again, this is no spoilers, but I might make a spoiler review video for this movie because it is so good. But anyway, let's get into it. Car review. You know where this is going. I just gotta back up quick, so bear with me because this is a really tight parking lot right now. This is quite full, honestly. People are seeing movies tonight, hopefully seeing Venom, because the film had special Thursday night screenings and goes wide on Friday. But yeah, okay, so Venom. When the reviews came out, this movie looked like it was gonna be just DOA, dead on arrival. Because people were saying that it's too goofy. It's too comedic. Like people are laughing even at times when they shouldn't be. There's no good character development. There's no good, the story isn't good, and then there's just some all right action, but really nothing else there for you to sink your teeth into, pun intended. And I say, to hell with that. Like, I love Venom. I loved everything about it. I loved the characters, special effects. Could have been a little better, but I get it. They want to keep that budget relatively low for a superhero film. I think it cost like $100 million or something. But anyway, characters, story, performances, special effects, action. Oh my gosh, the action is great. I bought into this movie. I really did. And there are times when this movie can get really goofy. I mean, it walks the line of being almost like cringeworthy goofy at times. There are brief moments where it gets like that. Otherwise, this movie just planted its flag for me, and I ate it all up. And with that being said, with the goofiness and kind of the comedy and stuff, I'm glad that they went for the lighter, more fun tone. This movie was truly fun, and I'm not saying that in a bad way because people are like, well, at least it's fun. But no, I feel that if you embrace the goofiness and the laughs and the charm and the wit and, how it's kind of self-aware that, this movie's about Venom, and that's a little hard to do, but they went with a cool angle on it, a cool spin that I really dug. I enjoyed this thing. And I think if you embrace everything, every angle of this movie, I think if you embrace it, you will have a great time at the theater. Because I don't normally get popcorn and drinks and stuff when I go to movies. For me, the actual film itself is a treat enough for me to where I just want to sit back and focus on the film. I feel that popcorn and stuff can get too distracting. So when I went to go see Venom, got my ticket and I got popcorn and a drink. Because I was like, I don't know how well this movie's going to be. I might need a little bit of comfort food or something to kind of keep me going. This movie isn't really for me. And seriously, I was waiting for me to not care. I was waiting for me to lose interest, and I was waiting for me to just get off the boat. And it just went on. 15 minutes, 30, 35, 40, 45. And then we're at an hour, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm loving everything this movie's giving me. So I sat back, and I had a big tub of popcorn, and I had a nice, Pepsi with me and everything. And it was just great. This movie will be a great time at the theater if you are not expecting it to be just like compelling. Okay, we're not reinventing the wheel here. I'm not saying that it's a diss, but like Venom, don't go in thinking for a hard-hitting drama. Don't think this is gonna be dark and scary and stuff. I mean, there's definitely moments like that and everything, but that's not the whole crux of the film. Okay. This movie, I remember back when it was first coming out or when it was first on the drawing board, it was thought to be R-rated, and then maybe it was R-rated at one point, and then during the editing process, Sony was kind of like, never mind, whatever. Whether or not this movie was R, supposed to be R, was never R, just an R-rated cut, which I've heard about, release the Snyder cut, release the R-rated cut. Like, I don't know if that exists. But anyway, my point is that this movie works as a PG-13 film, and it does not need to be rated R. And I'll even go as far to say I think this movie might have been even hurt a little bit if it was rated R, and I'll explain that. While yes, they could have given us more blood, violence, more intense violence, because there's a lot of good action here. I mean, lots of it. While it could have given us more of that, and maybe a few more curse words, I feel that if they relied on the gore to sell this movie, to make it entertaining, then that would be distracting from everything else. Because I really like this movie for what it was. I liked the story. I dug the characters. I liked the setting. I liked the plot. I thought the pacing was good. I loved everything about it. So I feel that having, a truly bloody movie where Venom is just ripping guys to shreds, while that would have looked cool, I think it would have been a case of style over substance, to where you're not really enjoying anything else except the gore. And if you're looking for gore in a film and monsters ripping people in half, go see any horror film out there, Whereas Venom is known, I don't know if he's really called this, but he's known as the lethal protector. He's not just going to go around shredding people, even though people might want that. I think the movie works best when he's not shredding, because there are some moments where, he kills some people. He full on, he'll just pick up people and just chuck them like softballs, and all that stuff. And yeah, he bites off some limbs, but like, it never felt like it was too much. And I thought there were some moments where it could become too much, but they reined it back in just enough. And yeah, a couple of the gripes I have with this movie are it can feel like a long time before you actually see Venom, and you see the goo, you see the occasional tentacle and some stuff, and it kind of takes a while for it to get into full form Venom, like, you know, like the 8 foot tall, you know, black monster type thing. But again, to me, that's okay, you know, because they kind of teased you. They let on that he's coming, you know, like don't worry, you know, we're not gonna, you know, have a Venom movie and not show Venom. You know, they show Venom. It just takes a little bit for them to get there, and people might see that it takes, you know, them too long, and they might be a little annoyed by that. I was getting a little annoyed by that, but then right when they do reveal the full form Venom, I was like, yeah, let's go, you know. And then, you know, they kind of have some talky parts, and Venom comes and goes. You know, there are moments in the film where he gets suited up and he'll go off and do something, and then he'll immediately, you know, go back into Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy, which can be seen as kind of annoying, repetitive, you know, like, oh, just give us Venom. We came here to see Venom, you know, I don't want to see Tom Hardy. But for me, that all worked because they gave us to it in doses. So every time he came on, you ate it up, and then when he leaves, you're full and you're waiting for the next portion of Venom to arrive. For me, it worked. For me, I thought they did a great job of balancing it because they didn't overuse Venom, but they also didn't underuse him. Okay, this is a Venom movie, and the symbiotes are really cool. I like the effects. I like how they crawl around and slither and attach to people. I just thought it was great. So yeah, to make sure that I don't get too repetitive or start rambling, and to maybe leave enough substance back for me to do a spoiler talk, which I might do. Venom, I thought it was great. Excuse me. I love this movie. I loved it, and I don't know how much I'll love it in further viewings, because I noticed that when I love a movie so much, I'll go and see it again, and it'll kind of dip off for me. But I don't know. This movie might be great for me even on the second viewing, and I want to see it, you know, a second, maybe even a third time. I will definitely be going back to see Venom, and I hope that you guys give it a chance, because it is better than critics are letting on. I think that they are, you know, I'm not saying that they're wrong, because, like, you know, like, film is subjective. You might love Venom and you might hate Venom, and that's okay. But I think that there is this cloud of negativity surrounding Venom that shouldn't be there. I truly don't see where people are getting up in arms about this. I think the movie's great, you know? And is it necessarily a perfectly made film? No. There are moments where you're like, okay, sure, whatever. But overall, if you go in just looking for a good time, looking for a fun time, you know, you will love Venom to pieces. So yes, thank you for watching. Definitely see Venom. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. See Venom. It is good. I truly think it'll be better than you expect. But definitely going with high expectations. But just you know, if you're going with a 10, bring them down to a 9 or even an 8.5. That's what I do. All right. So yeah, Venom. It's out. Go see it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.